This is a day that has eluded me for a very long time. Every so often a concept comes along that changes everything. Its impact will be felt forever. Today, Umar revolutionizes children driving forever, and I am calling it the children driving revolution. So should children drive? Yes! Whenever they're tall enough not to be killed by the airbag, of course. They can only drive cars equipped with electronic stability control to prevent loss of control of the vehicle, and they must at all times be wearing their safety belts. They will also have to pass a driving test that's stricter than the one found in the German Autobahn. Reasons being, of course, the Autobahns are some of the safest freeways in the world for numerous reasons, but the main reason being that all drivers there have very good lane management and lane skills. As in, all slower traffic is always to the right on the Autobahn, all faster traffic passes from the left, and passing on the right is strictly forbidden, as the car impeding the left lane needs to move to the right and the passing needs to happen from the left-hand side, and so that way there's never a slowpoke sitting in the left lane blocking traffic. As far as who's going to pay to have the children drive, they will simply share the title and registration with a car that the parents already own. This will in turn save the expense of them having to own another car in order to get to drive, as they will simply be added onto the title and registration of the car the parents already own, saving the expense or the burden from the parents of having to pay for another car. Also, this will save the environment, as there won't be the need for multiple vehicles, as the single vehicle will serve dual purposes for dual drivers. The children and the parents, of course. Also, with great cars like the Infiniti G35 and other great cars from the early 2000s coming way down in price to less than $5,000, with the help of the parents, the children can probably afford the car on their own. I would make insurance for the children very cheap, as little as $1 a day. This is because the insurance system for the children will be based on the lottery system. Think about it. When people buy the lottery, let's say that they're spending $1 a day, which they spend even less than that usually, and there's hundreds of millions of dollars in the pool of the lottery system that gets accumulated over the course of a month or so. So think about it, $1 a day for insurance would provide more than enough coverage for the children driving. Not that they were needed, because they'll be trained in the art of how people drive on the Autobahn, as I've already aforementioned. So affordability is so far not an issue, as title registration, simply add them to the title or buy a used car from the early 2000s that have come way down in price, like great cars, the G35. And the insurance is dirt cheap, as little as $1 a day, which provides more than enough coverage for the children to drive. The next main issue is, how do you prevent the kid from getting lost? Well, that's an easy answer, of course, as well. Look at iPhones like the iPhone 5S that came out in 2013. At this present day in 2018, iPhone 5S prices have dropped significantly to like $99 out the door price of Walmart, with again cheap service like $30 a month, unlimited data on them. So the combination of a cheap iPhone along with dirt cheap service on them from the carrier and the fact that iPhones have built-in maps and Google Maps you can download and all that, the children will never get lost again, as long as they're also trained as part of their driving how to manage and use iPhones. And as we already know, children are even more adept to using technology than we are, as children learn fast, just like a language, how to use iPhones. So maps and all that stuff will be a piece of cake for them, and they'll be able to use it to navigate wherever they want safely. And of course, it'll be mandatory that they must be carrying a car charger with them at all times to prevent the battery from running out. Also, kidnapping won't be an issue, because you can always pair something like an Apple Watch to the iPhone, and it's not easy to rip an Apple Watch off of a kid's hands. And the Apple Watch would in turn has a SOS built in that when you triple click the crown, it triggers SOS emergency services. That will ensure that if emergency services are needed, such as kidnapping or somebody doing something bad, they can simply triple click the crown and they'll be able to trigger SOS emergency services and get out of harm's way. And finally, the last thing I want to cover is, how are they going to pay for gas, breakdowns, and all that? Well, of course, breakdowns and stuff like that will be just covered by their insurance and all that. But as far as gas and all that and any other expenses like that, well, they'll be allowed to carry a debit card in them with a minimum of $400 to $500 on it. So that way, that if they need any gas or anything, they're able to pay for it easily with a debit card. So there you have it, a genius reasoning behind children driving forever. Let me know in the comments down below, do you agree or disagree with this concept of children driving? I'm certainly all for it, that's why I'm making this video. But if you also are wanting to see children drive, be sure to hit that thumbs up button to let me know that. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more cool videos like this. And until my next video, all of you have a fantabulous day. Bye.